Hi everybody, Adam the OT back again. Today we're going to talk about handwriting for the really little ones. A lot of my parents and teachers like to get the kids into writing their letters and numbers as quickly as possible. And it's really not a good thing to race into. Before we get that far, we need to master the pre-writing shapes. These are specific geometric shapes that have to develop in a certain sequence to lay the foundation for good handwriting. So let's look at what these are and when we're going to start to see them. Okay? So the first thing we're going to see is a vertical line. Okay, we're going to see a vertical line at 2 years old. Straight line, just this movement up and down, okay? After a vertical line, you might be able to guess, we're going to see a horizontal line around about 2.5 years old. For all of these shapes, you're going to see some initiation about 6 months before they're able to master it. So now we're going back and forth in this plane. Okay, now we're getting into the interesting fancy stuff. At 3 years old, you're going to see your child start to do circles, okay? You can play lots of games with this. For all of these, you don't have to focus on blackboards and pen and paper and crayons. Use all sorts of mediums. Put shaving foam in the window, draw it with your finger. Do it with finger paints. Do it with any sort of textures like writing in sand. Get some chalks and do it on the sidewalk outside your house. Anything that make it interesting, make it fun. So we left off the circle at 3. After that, at 3.5 to 4, we start seeing the child doing crosses, putting those two shapes together, okay? Getting interesting. So now we've got our vertical line, horizontal line, circles, and cross, all by between 3.5 and 4 years old. After this, we're getting a nicely clear defined square at 4 years old. Now don't be too concerned if your child isn't doing this at 4. There's a bit of a range, kind of about a few months above and below that. But it is an age you don't want to try and skip. You need to be able to do these before we get into the good stuff of letters and numbers. Next, we've got the obliques, okay? The oblique lines, looking at about 4.5 years old. So slanted lines to either side. There's lovely programs like Handwriting Without Tears that really lay the foundations really well for this. Now this is a very important one for all OTs. An X shape, what we call an oblique cross. We want to see this by 5 years old. Why is this one so important? Kids who can do an oblique cross will have much better ability to form letters and numbers as they go through higher grade levels. We do not want to skip oblique crosses. It's a really important one to have around 5 years old. Then the last one is a triangle. 5 years old, now we're seeing triangles as well. So now we can make lots of things out of this. We can do drawings of little stick men. We can construct different pictures out of these shapes. But of all these 9 pre-writing shapes, we want to see them all before we even think about doing our letters and numbers. This is the foundation for good handwriting, and we want to make sure we give it the time it deserves, okay? That's Adam the OT. If you have any questions about handwriting or anything else to do with OT or your child's development, just let me know and I'll help out any way I can. Thank you so much, guys. Adam the OT. Bye.